Hey guys and gals on YouTube, how y'all doing there today? Today we got a Lego Star Wars set 7261. Old instructions. It is a Clone War or Clone Turbo Tank from Episode 3. This is the first one, and it's a 2005 or 2006. This is not a full complete set. A 2005 would have the light up Mace Windu figure and the green ARF Trooper. The 2006 does not have that figure, the Mace Windu that is, but has extra clone figure. Best I can tell, this one was actually the 2005, and those figures are missing, but there's some other pieces supporting the thought that they probably were there. Okay, onto the side builds. First, we have this unique speeder here, which I really like, with the ball points here, the ball sockets. Has these shields made into the little stabilizers, and I really like these cutaway clones with the holes cut through the helmet, and then the black. It's a good looking, interesting translucent blue for the thrust, for the grill pieces. Pretty cool little speeder. Doesn't really go in the set though. And then of course we have the famous battle droids. These are the bent arm, because this is 2005. The single straight arm and the single bent arm would not come around till 2007 with the MTT, I believe. So we got the old style gun, and they got this unique build here. This little construct. We got Commander Bly here with his two guns. He's missing his pauldron, and then we got this guy here. This little rocket with this very cool build of a gun. We've probably seen those here and there. I didn't realize those when it was in this set. It's got the little scope here. Of course, standard black stud head, and got this build in the back, little jet pack with these little harpoon guns. It's all held on with a little stud to the back. These things sort of fall out. Surprised they're still here after all these years, actually. But anyways, there it is. And then, of course, the good old captain. Let's take a look at him. That yellow stripe. Nice printing. He's got the weird little, almost like pirate's pistols, almost like blunderbuss pistols. We'll leave them handy. Now, let's look at the build. It's much fragiler than the later tanks. And if you notice, there's a crow's nest on top here, which I think is actually kind of a cool feature. Let's roll her back a little bit. She rolls really well. Really love these wheels. They remind me of, I think there was white ones available that were like this from, I think it was Galaxy Squad, I believe it was. Anyways, this crow's nest is on a Technic post, and it won't lock this way, but when you bring it up and you bring it this way, it locks in there. It stays up. And you can take, we'll take the clone that's already sitting. There's a piece of towel up there, so you can just sort of sit him in there, and I guess he'll be a target for the droids. You can now shoot at him. But anyways, it's pretty cool though. It's a pretty cool little feature. And of course, there's a stud in the top, so he won't get blocked in there. Just standard little. There's no stud shooters. There's nothing like that on here. Little rotating guns goes around. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around to the side here, so see a side profile view. It does roll good. Does have suspension, but it's a little fragile, and there's a lot of big gaps here. Anyways, the detail on the front's kind of interesting. There's one of the things that people seem to think of this as a selling point. For this, we'll use a good old Commander Bly. And the way this works is there's a little hatch here, and here's a little stand with little side studs, and just pop that in there. Close this up, and this thing raises up. And I guess the play feature here is he's supposed to be looking out through this little hatch. And you can of course adjust this down to whatever you want, you know. Guns are on little Technic rods. Here's that close-up of that little build inside there. Truthfully, when I put this build together, I had no idea what this was, but it's a little, of quite simple, kind of unique. This is the only model of the turbo tank that has that play feature. And this is really fragile. Oops, just like that. It just snaps in place, or snaps out of place. It's on those little Technic pins that notch, so basically this one seems to hold best that way. And then turn it sideways so you can see the other play feature. These lift up here, and inside we got this little build. This door, if you notice, is completely open at the bottom. And this build is kind of unique. It's a turret. And it reminds us of something like you'd see more in the Battle of Hoth, you know. It just rotates. This does elevate, but I mean, this comes down like so. I imagine it's like a municipal truck out installing fire hydrants, and this one is out installing gun emplacements. And I guess maybe they just, I don't know what, draw straws to see who gets to stay with the gun emplacement. But this lifts up and both sides do open very nicely, creating a nice platform for working on your gun emplacement, or I guess whatever else you might be doing. And then this other area right here does not open. It's just more for the shape. But right here does open. Inside's very cool. Little missile builds are inside here. And then the back of the turbo tank. And basically this lifts up quite well. Actually, this works really well back here. This lifts down, and you've got two seats inside of here. I'll go ahead and bring this up. And you got the two early blasters. You can see in here the way the Technics work, details on the roof. You'll see a lot of holes in the armor. Kind of an interesting build. I think it's quite impressive for 05. Anyways, this actually works pretty good back here. These open up. They're not pinned in, they just pin on the bottom, so you can open all this up, make kind of a cool little platform. Actually, this all opens up in the back, and this is kind of a cool feature. The fact there's so much opening to it, I'm not that crazy about, but I do like the fact the playability back here. The chassis is all brick built, and the little turret goes in here. It slides in between these two joints, and just come up. There it is. Close these guys back up. It's got a lot of play features. It rolls really well, and I think it's a nice playable size. I do like the articulation of the chassis. I do think these wheels work really well for this. I mean, I think it looks good. Anyways, what you guys think of the video, this set? You already have this one. Do you like the colors of this? Do you like these older sets like I do? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Till next time, you all stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Really appreciate the comments and the communication and this great big Lego community, and you all stay safe. Till next time, ciao.